Hey everyone, welcome to the third episode of Git Good at OpenRCT2. In this episode I'll be showing you how to do track merging. Track merging is a technique that can be used to have two or more different kinds of track on the same ride. I'll be showing you some examples of rides which I quickly made with track merging, and afterwards I will show you how to do it yourself. Now, first off, let's show some rides which I just made. Well, for example, here we see this log flume that I just made. You'll see many people use track merging on log flumes in order to give it steeper drops. And for that, usually either splashboat track is used or the knee slide track. As you can see, the log flumes follow this track without problem. What you will see, however, is that because the log flume was not made for steep drops, the boats themselves don't have sprites for it. So you can see that it drops down the hill at a weird angle. But that's usually deemed acceptable. Here you can see this roller coaster that I just made. It uses GigaCoaster track. As most people know, GigaCoasters normally cannot do inversions, so I used vertical coaster track and twister roller coaster track to make these inversions and to make this vertical lift hill. You may also see that I didn't use GigaCoaster trains, but I used Windlaunch roller coaster trains. That's because the GigaCoaster trains don't have sprites for inversions and for vertical pieces, so they will look weird when it's reversing through. So I typically use these tracks for it. Now, these were two practical examples. I also have a silly example here of what you can do with track merging. I made this mini golf and I gave it a looping. Well, the guests will just clip through the looping, but I thought it was a funny example of what you can do with this. Now, I'll show you now how to do track merging yourself. Let's just create two rides that look like this. Now, there's two ways to do track merging. I'll first show you the traditional method. The traditional method has its limitations, but yeah, I think the best is if I just show you rather than explaining everything. Alright, now let's begin by making a log flume. Now let's make it go upwards. There we go. And we'll end with a straight piece. We'll make a return path like this. Now, in order to get two tracks to merge in the traditional method, the two track pieces at the location where it's going to be merged have to be exactly the same. So, for example, for this log flume, you have this straight horizontal piece here. If I want to merge here, I also have to use a straight horizontal piece for the track which I want to merge with. A cheat that you need for track merging is a disable clearance check cheat. You can also do it with Tile Inspector, but for this video I will just do it with the cheat. Now we can also start with a slope piece here, and then for the track which we want to merge, we will also need to use a slope piece. So let's do that. Take a horizontal to slope piece, like this. There we go. Also, in order to merge tracks, they also have to be going both in the same direction. If one track piece is going in the reverse direction, it will not merge with the original track. Alright, now we'll just continue building like this, make the steep parts, and we go back to horizontal. Now, here you can see we go through the track here. We have a horizontal piece, also a horizontal piece on the log flume. Click it, and you can see that I cannot continue building now. That's a sign that the merging has worked. Alright, the splashboat ride itself doesn't have a station, so I can't build in the entrance. I have to select this ride, continue building from the log flume to make the entrance and exit. Now, one thing you may notice is that you cannot just open the ride. You get an error message saying track is not a complete circuit. In order to circumvent that with the traditional merging method, we have to use the show all operating modes cheat, and we have to put it in boat hire mode. Boat hire mode makes it work because normally the boat hire is a track that doesn't need a complete circuit to work. So if you use this, then the game will allow you to open the ride. Now there's one thing we first need to do, or else the boats may just crash at the merged pieces, they may just fall off. What we need to do is we need to change the order of the pieces. The track you are coming from always needs to be on top, and the track you're going to needs to be on bottom. So I'll just hold Control and select this piece where the merge is. Now, here we see two track pieces in the list. We have the splashboats and the log flume. The track we're coming from has to be on top, so we'll put the log flume on top, and the splashboats now on the bottom. Also, at the part where the tracks merge again, we're coming from the splashboats, we're going to the log flume, splashboats on top, log flume on bottom. So let's just test the ride. We'll fast forward it a bit. And there we go, a working log flume with steep track pieces. Now this is the traditional merging method. Limitations for log flume are that you have to use boat hire mode. Alright, now I'll show you the newer method. There we go. Alright, now instead of building a different ride immediately, we'll enable another cheat, the allow arbitrary ride type changes. Now if we click the ride, we can see a selector here. We'll select a dinghy slide in this case, and we'll just carry on building it. As you can see, all the track has been changed to dinghy ride, dinghy slide. We'll continue making steep track, and we'll finish the ride. We'll make an entrance and an exit, and then we'll change it back to log flume. Now we can just test the ride. We don't have to put it into boat hire mode. As you can see, part of the track looks like it's missing. That's because I made a steep track here using a different ride type, and the log flume doesn't have these steep track pieces. So that's why it doesn't draw them, and it looks like they're invisible. But the track is really there. Now, of course, we don't just want a gap here. We actually want to have a track here. So, as I told you before, if you put a track through the original track in the reverse direction, so from here to here, the track won't actually merge and it will not interfere with the behavior of the original ride. So that's what we're going to do here. We're gonna make a new dinghy slide. We'll put it like this. Because it's in the other order, it doesn't interfere with the ride, so it also doesn't merge. We'll build it up like this. And there we go. Now it looks like the logs are actually following the dinghy slide track. Well, in fact, they don't care about the track, but this is the second way of merging. This is my preferred way of merging, because you don't have to use both higher mode. If you use this second method for roller coasters, it also means block brakes will just work like normal. While in the traditional method, block brakes won't work because you're not in the block section mode, but in both higher modes. Alright, that's for log flumes. Now I will build a small giga coaster with a vertical lift hill, and I'll make a looping in it. And I'll show you how to do it with both merging methods. Now first we'll use the traditional merging method. So here we go. Start building the track like normal. We'll make a small lift section. Oh yeah, in order to make building easier, what I usually do is I make a flat piece of track. I open the tile inspector, I select the piece of track, and I copy it somewhere and paste it. This will be useful for continuing building later, but I'll show you why that is. You'll see why that is. Now, for the lift hill and inversions, I will use vertical roller coaster track. I will also put these here. Now, to start the merge, we'll need to have exactly the same pieces here. So here's a horizontal to slope piece with a chain lift. So from the vertical drop coaster, I'll use the same. I'll just paste it here. And to continue building from it, I just right click it. There we go. And we'll just go up. I'll enable the cheat to allow chain lifts on all track pieces, so we can make a vertical lift hill. The lift hill won't actually be drawn on vertical pieces, but yeah, that's just a limitation of the sprites. Let's continue building up like this, and we'll go down again. There we go. Alright, we'll select the Giga Coaster piece again, copy it, we paste it here. Now we'll need to merge again with the vertical drop coaster. We need to have exactly the same pieces here to accomplish a merge, so we'll go from horizontal to up. And as you can see, I cannot continue building, so the merge has succeeded. Now I don't need this track piece anymore, I'll just continue building from it. There we go. Let's go down again. And let's just make a looping here. Now, let's remove the chain lift on this piece. You can just do it like this. I'll copy the piece and paste it here. Let's rotate it. Alright, now we have to select it to continue building from it. Make a vertical loop, and we'll go to horizontal again. Now we'll copy this gigacoaster piece again, and we'll paste it. I think we have to rotate it. Yeah. And we need to have the same piece here as the vertical drop coaster, so we'll just like this, and the merge has succeeded. Now let's make a break section. We cannot use block breaks with this merging method, so we'll just use normal breaks. And we'll finish the track. Make an entrance and an exit. There we go. Now we'll have to put the pieces in the right order, so let's do that. We're coming from the gigacoaster, we're going to the vertical drop coaster. So gigacoaster has to be on top. Here we're coming from the vertical drop coaster. We're going to the gigacoaster. So gigacoaster on the bottom. Here we are going to the vertical drop coaster. So vertical drop coaster has to be on bottom, gigacoaster on top. And the final merge. The vertical drop coaster has to be on top and the gigacoaster on the bottom. We can remove these track pieces. Alright, now we have the gigacoaster. I'll first show you what happens now if we use the gigacoaster trains. We have to put it in boat hire mode, or else it won't work. There we go. So you can see the gigacoaster trains look weird when going vertically, because normally they're not able to and they don't have sprites for this. They also look weird when going through a loop and pulse it quickly. As you may be able to see, well yeah, normally they cannot go upside down, so they look really weird here. But the right functions as it should besides this. So let's show vehicles from other track types. And we change to, oops, let's close it first. We'll change to limb launched roller coaster trains. There we go. And now it will not look so weird when going through the inversions. And also it can go vertically without showing weird sprites. Alright, this is the traditional merging method. Well, I really like to use block breaks on my coasters, so this is not my preferred method. I will now show you the second merging method to make the same roller coaster. And let's make some block breaks on it as well. Alright, well again we'll start with the gigacoaster. Instead of now beginning also with the vertical drop coaster or copying a piece, we will just finish the track normal, but now we change to the vertical drop coaster like this. We'll just complete the track as a vertical drop coaster. There we go. And we'll make a upward sloping turn here. And we'll go down here. We'll make a looping here. And we'll make some breaks. And we'll put a set of block breaks here, because we can do that with this method. And we'll complete the track. Then we change back to GigaCoaster. And you can see some of the track has gone invisible. Let's use the limb-launched roller coaster trains. Continue circuit block section mode. We have 2 trains now. And let's test the ride. Now, we'll just need to fix these invisible parts. So for that, I will now make a vertical drop roller coaster. I will put a piece of it here, just so we can copy and paste it to complete our track. So I will now copy the piece, I'll put it here. We're building in the reverse direction, so it shouldn't interfere with how the other roller coaster behaves. We'll just complete the track like this. Oops, I'm a bit too low. There we go. And now let's remove these pieces. Right, like that. And now we'll just need a looping. Well, we're now building in this direction. The track is also going in the same direction. So I'll just rotate the piece. Now we're building in that direction. Now just copy it, paste it, right click the piece so you can continue building from it in the reverse direction. Make a looping here. Delete the unnecessary pieces. There we go. Well, I really prefer this second method, because block breaks. I really like using block breaks in my rides. And both higher modes just gives you lots of limitations when you ride. These are not the only things you can do with track merging. You can put different elements on lots of different rides. I would just suggest checking out some popular parks, especially the ones from Any Designs, as they're usually full of track merges. Right, anyway, I hope this video was useful for you, and I hope to see you guys next time.